we want to do a little DAX, data analytics expression. DAX is mostly for calculation. We're going to try seven major functions with DAX today. So let's start. Firstly, we're going to bring in the data. So it's an Excel workbook. So let me find the data. Okay, this is it. This is an Ankara data. Let's wait for it to load. Okay, here we go. We have the calendar. We have the location that comprises of states and regions. All the regions are in the north. We have the people, we have sales agents, and we have their team. Okay. Next, we have products. In the products, we have the products, we have the category, and we have the cost per bundle. Then we have our main sales data. Okay, so let's just load. Let's wait for it to come up. Okay, this is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're working with 5 tables. It's taking time to load. Let's just be patient. Okay, and we have it here. So let's go to our table view and let's see what we have there. Let's first click on calendar and we have our dates here and we have from January 1, 2021 to, let's see, okay, till March 31st, 2022. Okay, let's see what we have in our location. Okay, for location, we have states and we have region. We have Sokoto, Nasarawa, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano, and Kogi, and they're all in the north region. So suffice to say, we have 6 states here. Okay, let's go to the people, and we have our sales agents here. Okay, and we have teams. We have the heavy lifter, we have silent achiever, we have top earners, and we have versatile. Okay, let's go to the products. Okay, see the deal on materials, Ankara to be precise. So these are all the list of the products they sell, and these are the category of the products. So we have cotton, lining, and silk. Okay, this is the cost per bundle of each of this material. For ABC wax, the cost per bundle is $50.02. Okay, and let's look at the sales. So we have our sales agent here. Okay, we have the states, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano. Okay, we've seen that already. We have products. So suffice to say, we can say this sales data is our main table because it has calendar, that is date here. It has the location also. On the product, it has the products here. So we can say this is our main table, our look main table, while the rest is the lookup table, or we can call it the fact table also. So let's go to the data view. Okay, the relationship has already been created for us, but let's just undo it and try and create the relationship ourselves. Let's break the relationship. So we can create the relationship ourselves and see what is really going on here. So let's do that. So I have to take it up. Let's break this relationship. Delete. It's asking, do you want to delete this table relationship? Yes, we want to delete it. Click on this and say delete. Yes. I want us to create it together so we can really make sense of everything. So let's take this up. Let's take this up. So as I told you, the sales table is our fact table because the sales table contains have everything the other lookup table have. So let's create this relationship ourselves. Now this is the fact table and this is our location. What's what's the relationship between location and sales table? And that is states because we have states in what our location. So we're going to take this and put here. Now we've created a relationship between these two, and the relationship between them is what? The states column. Now between people and sales, what is the relationship? And we know that it is sales agents. We have sales agent on the people's table and we have sales agent on the sales table. So we can do this and take it here. And we've created a relationship. Next on our calendar, date is what is the relationship here. So we're going to take dates and put here. And we've created a relationship. Next for our products here and products here are similar. So we'll do this. Now all our tables are connected. So they are all linked now together. We can easily do our DAX without any problem. Because when you call on one table, others are going to easily what respond to you. That's why we're trying to do what create a relationship between the tables. So let's go to our report view and let's start creating our DAX. The first measure we would like to create, we would like to know the total revenue that was generated by this company. To do that, let's create a measure on a different page. We don't want our measures to be mixed up here. So to do that, come to enter data. And we're going to rename this table as measure and click on load. Now we have our measure. So we're going to create all our measures here. So right click on this and say new measure. And this will pop up. So we are going to delete this and we're going to name it as, so say total revenue. Or we can say total transaction. So let's leave it as revenue. So formula is sum. What do we want to sum? We want to sum our sales table. So sum sales. And we want to do the sales amount. So use your tab key to call it in. Now you can either just click enter or you come to this commit and check it. Either way, you achieve the same results. So let's bring in a matrix to see what we really have. So this is a matrix. Let's take our states, put our states, and let's put our total revenue. Okay, let's format it so it can be looking good into the eyes. So now this is the total amount each of the states as what generated. So that is our first measure for today. For our second measure, we would like to check the total bundles, the total number of bundles. Since it's a fabric business, they sell in bundles, so we would like to know the total number of bundles. To do that, come back to measure, right click, say new measure. So we'll name this as total bundles. Okay, so formula is sum. And what are we summing? We're summing sales bundles. Use your tab to cut it in. Either press commit or enter. So let's add it to the table here. So just click on bundles. And we have this, but let's format it. I want to use comma. So these are the total number of bundles sold by each of the states. Our third major, we want to know the transaction count, the total transaction count for each state. To do that, same way, right click on measure, go to new measure, and we're going to name this as transaction count. Delete this, transaction count. And the formula for this, we're counting rows, so count rows. And what rows are we counting? We're counting the sales. So write sales, and this will pop up. So use your tab, then click on enter. Okay, so let's also join it to the table. Let's format it. So there's the transaction count for each state. And the total number of transaction is 9,449. So next, I would like us to want to know the amount per bundles. Now we know the total bundles, right? We want to know the amount per bundles. So let's do that. Go to measure, right click, new measure. Let's wait for it to load. Unless we name it as amount per bundles. So we're going to reuse a formula we've already used before. Sorry, we're reusing measures, sorry, not formula. All these measures we've created can be reused instead of us to start writing a new formula. So we're going to just use divide. And what are we dividing? We want to divide the total revenues divided by what? Total bundles. Enter. Okay, so let's see. This is what we have. So let's change it to format it as money. Use the dollar sign. I want it to be just one decimal. So this is the amount per bundles. So next, let's get our amount per transaction. Amount per transaction. So let's get that. Right click, new measure. These are amount per transaction. We're rating it. So, and the formula for this, we want to just divide our total revenue divided by the transaction count. So, total revenue divided by transaction count. Amount. Okay, let's add it to our table. And this is the amount per transaction. Okay, let's make it one decimal. Or we can decide to remove the decimal on the total. Okay, so total we've created 5 DAX. Created 5 measures. So let's take it up. Let's take it to a different level. Let's make a target. Now imagine that for each salesperson, your target is $4,800. So if you sell less than that, that means you've not met the target. But if you sell above 4,800, suffice to say you've met the target. So let's do that. Let's go to a new page. Let's bring in a metrics. Let's go to our people and let's bring in sales agents. So we have our sales agent here. So let's create a target. I hope we can see it closely. Okay, let me do this. So at least zoom it. Mm, file. Okay, so right click here, new measure. So let's name this as amount per transaction. So let's take our transaction, this total revenue. Okay, so let's add our amount per transaction to the table. Okay, so now let's create that target. We're going to name it as amount per transaction target. So new measure. I want to name this APT target. That's amount per transaction. APT target. So we're going to use our if formula. So equals if the tab key amount per transaction is greater than 4,800. So what should happen? Yes, or we can say met target. So let's do that. And if not, what is the outcome? Did not meet. So let's see if our formula really worked. So let's add it to the table. Okay, and we can see Ada Ani 5,668. She met the target. Adeoluwa 4,748. It was almost close, but it did not meet the target. So we've used our if formula to do this. Those that met the target, and we can see the total also met target, as you can see. So we've created our if function to do this. Let's make it fun. Why not let's use an emoji to say if the salesperson met the target, then we're going to use a smiley face. If the salesperson did not meet the target, we're going to use maybe a angry face or something else. Let's try that. So right click on new measure or measure, click on new measure. I want to name this as, we're going to just say APT2, amount per transaction 2. And we are saying if tab key amount per transaction is greater than 4,800. What is the outcome? Now, to get your emojis to come out, click window and full stop. So let's use the smiley face for those that have made the targets. Okay. And else, what's the outcome if we did not meet the targets? Let's put a not too angry face. Let's use this. An amused face. You did not meet the target, so we don't have to smile with you. That's the meaning. And enter. So let's see if our emojis worked. Voila, we have this. And we can see those that met target have the smiley face, and those that did not meet the target has a not so smiley face. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you have any question, leave it on the comment section and I will answer you. Have a nice day. Bye.